Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. This weekend, young equestrians will be showing off their animals and skills at the DeWitt County 4 H Horse Show. 4 H youth development educator with the University of Illinois Extension in DeWitt, Macon, and Piatt counties, Henry Kraft, explains that the horse show takes place this Saturday and Sunday. He says a year's worth of work or more for students culminates into this moment each year.
Yeah, so this, as people know, is our 4-H specific fair or show where youth get to come in and show off their hard work that they've been doing all year long. And so this is our showcase for the hard work that 4-Hers get to do throughout the year. And so we've got two pretty big shows that happen usually in July, but because of the 4th of July weekend, we moved up the horse show this year. So the 4-H horse show is going to be happening on June 27th and 28th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. So we've got youth that, bring their horses and they participate in different classes from, mainly Western classes and do some fun games. So barrel races. And one of my favorites out there is their egg carrying. So they have to figure out how to ride a horse in a variety of ways and not drop an egg off a spoon. It is probably one of the most priceless games that I get to watch, and you get to see some real skill out of those youth. And so that's open to the public. So we invite people to come in and see what the horse show is about. Again, that runs basically all day on the 27th and 28th of June. So that's Saturday and Sunday.
From July 9th to July 12th, Kraft invites the community to come and appreciate the over 1,500 projects that around 500 4-Hers have put their hearts into. He notes that this fair features students from all three counties in the service area.
We typically have over 1,500 projects and somewhere around 400 to 500 exhibitors come and show off, again, their hard work. This is showcase season where we get to celebrate our youth. And so the 26th 4-H General Projects and Livestock Show for DeWitt, Macon, and Piatt County. So this is all counties combined come to the fairgrounds in Clinton. And that is going to be on July 9th through the 12th. So that's Thursday through Sunday. Now, the show, a lot of times where projects are kind of on display are usually from Friday to Sunday, but we say Thursday because there's check-in that day. But also we do Farm Bureau sponsors a tractor driving contest and some other things. And so we still have some festivities even on Thursday night. So if you want to come watch some of those, please put that on the calendar as well and come support our youth. Again, that's July 9th through the 12th, Thursday through Sundays.
From arts to science to livestock, Kraft feels that the extension provides the space for students to explore their own interests and cultivate new ones. He notes that to achieve that, it takes a lot of dedicated volunteers.
We've got projects anywhere from sewing projects to animal science to showing off steers for this year. So we have, like I said, all of our general projects and then all of our livestock classes other than horses. So that's beef, swine, you've got goats, sheep, you've got poultry, rabbits, all of those, all happening at the same time. And, youth get to come and show off their projects. And it's just really fun to see the pride and the hard work that goes into a year of 4-H programming. And they get to come in and just the sights and smells and sounds of summer. Gosh, we can't do it without volunteers. Yeah, we definitely, it takes an army to run a program the size of our Tri-County 4-H show. And so we have incredibly passionate and incredibly dedicated volunteers that come in and help us every year. And honestly, we're still looking for judges. So if you have a passion for youth and you are interested in coming to help us do some judging and listen to these youth talk about the process and ask them intentional questions on what they learned, we invite you to reach out to our office and express your interest in judging for this year. So we're still looking for judges, and that is a big part of our volunteer base. Is we really need judges for the programs. We can't do it all as staff by any means, and it really takes people that are invested in kids and want to see them grow and learn. And so if there are ways that you'd like to be involved in that, I encourage you to reach out to our local offices and get in touch with myself or any one of our 4-H staff.
The Horse Show and General Project Show take place at the DeWitt County Fairgrounds on U.S. Business 51 north of the C.H. Moore Homestead. Learn more about 4-H in DeWitt, Macon, and Piatt counties at extension.illinois.edu/DMP. As the city of Monticello prepares for its upcoming July 3rd celebration next week, local authorities are encouraging the community to be aware of new traffic patterns as the celebration takes on a new location. On the WHOW Morning Show, Monticello Police Chief Rob Bross told the Heart Media Group that a comprehensive site update for the main festival will be used adjacent to Monticello Middle School.
We'll start with our festival on July 3rd, that Friday. So they are being set off there right next to the middle school. The middle school has been nice enough to let people park there. Now there's only about 100 spots there, so that's going to be pretty limited parking there. The Methodist Church right across the street, they're allowing parking there for a small donation. So they'll be able to go in there. There's about 250 spots there. And then we have the church to the east, just about maybe a quarter to a half mile outside of town, Crossroads Church. They're allowing parking in their parking lot for a small donation, I believe. Everywhere else is going to be either the shuttle. We have a shuttle that runs from the high school, the Seaver Center gym there, just to the middle school to drop off, so you can take your chairs, blankets, a little cooler of soda and snacks. They'll have food trucks out there. But going back to the neighborly and being nice thing, there's going to be some residential parking.
Authorities across central Illinois are gearing up for the festivities happening in their communities with the 250th celebration of America on top of a 3-day weekend. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWitt County's #1 source for news, sports, police blotter, obituaries, and more. All free, all the time, right at your fingertips at DeWittDailyNews.com.
This is Seth Lawrence, station manager for the Heart Media Group here in Clinton. We take pride in being Clinton and Central Illinois' local radio stations each and every day, 7 days a week. What does local news mean? Here's a sample.
Well, we do appreciate the contacts that were made. And, we do take those seriously.
But yeah, all the chemicals are getting adjusted. One of the big things that we're running into is just staffing with the lifeguards.
What they'll do is that we will come flag your yard for the week before 4th of July, and then we'll come recollect them so you don't have to do anything.
We had a kiddo here that had a replica $100 bill, and I know it's replica without even touching it.
You hear the local people that make the news every day, 7 days a week. Follow WHOW on Facebook and Instagram to see the faces behind the voices and stay connected to your local community on WHOW and WEZC.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW AM, FM, and streamed online.
There's a reason WHOW is the Big 1520 across central Illinois. That's because anytime the sun is up, you can hear WHOW's big signal from Jacksonville to Peoria, from Pontiac to the Indiana state line, and to Charleston and Effingham. Anywhere you travel in central Illinois, take WHOW, the Big 1520, with you in your car, truck, or tractor. Just another reason why WHOW is Central Illinois' news, agriculture, and talk station.
From the Heart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Khalil Watson singled in the go-ahead run in the 10th inning for his third RBI of the day, and the Cleveland Guardians survived a 9th inning collapse to beat the Chicago White Sox 4-3 on Wednesday.
To quote Maximus Decimus Meridius, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?" Trailing by 2 in the 9th against one of the best closers in baseball, down to their final out, the Sox gave the Guardians a ball game.
Randall Grichuk in the air, deep left. We are tied.
No way they do it again. Come on.
Unfortunately, just not enough. Sox fall 4-3 in 10, but take the series. After an off day on Thursday, the Sox continue a 6-game homestand with a weekend series against the Royals starting Friday evening. I'm Jeff Meller, and I'll have your pregame coverage starting at 6 p.m. on the ESPN 1000 Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
Here, Friday's series opener with the Royals on WHOW. Pregame starts at 6 p.m. Dansby Swanson had a go-ahead RBI triple and 4 RBIs to cap a monster doubleheader performance and help the Chicago Cubs sweep the reeling New York Mets with a 10-5 victory on Wednesday night. Swanson hit a 3-run homer and a grand slam in the Cubs' 10-3 victory in the opener. The 11 RBIs in a doubleheader are a franchise record, breaking the mark of 10 set by Hall of Famer Ron Santo on July 6, 1970. Swanson also homered on Tuesday night and has 3 homers and 15 RBIs in his first 3 games of the series. The shortstop had just 14 RBIs in his previous 48 games entering Tuesday. Pedro Ramirez had 2 RBIs in the second game when Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Matt Shaw had an RBI apiece. Shoto Imanaga is 5-6 and surrendered 4 runs over 5 1/3 innings. The Mets, who got back Francisco Lindor from the injured list for the nightcap, but played both games without Juan Soto, who has a back injury, and ran their losing streak to 5 games and fell a season-high 12 games under 500. New York was last 12 under on the final day of the 2023 season. The Mets committed 6 errors in the nightcap, 2 apiece by first baseman Mark Vientos and second baseman Marcus Siemon, and 1 each by fellow infielders Lindor, Mark Vientos, and Bo Bichetti. Lindor finished 0 for 4. Catcher Francisco Alvarez hit one of the Mets' 4 homers on Wednesday night, but punctuated his last at-bat, a strikeout in the 8th, by breaking his bat over his knee. Vientos, Bichetti, and A.J. Ewing also went deep. Brooks Raley is 2-2 and allowed 2 runs in the 6th. Cubs left-hander Matthew Boyd is 2-1 with a 6.00 ERA and was expected to come off the injured list to start Thursday against Mets right-hander Freddie Peralta, who is 5-6 with a 4.83 ERA. Lou James Groover and Ketel Marte hit back-to-back home runs to cap a 6-run 4th inning that powered the Arizona Diamondbacks to a 9-4 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals on Wednesday night. Tommy Troy went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs on a night during which every Diamondbacks hitter had at least 1 hit. Mitch Bratt allowed 1 run and 2 hits and 2 walks in 3 innings as he became the first Canadian pitcher to make his major league debut with the Diamondbacks. Ryan Thompson is 3-1 and allowed 1 run on 2 hits in 2 innings in relief of Bratt. Jose Fermin homered in the 9th inning for St. Louis, and rookie Blaze Jordan went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs for his 3rd multi-RBI game in 12 games since making his major league debut on June 12th. Cardinals starter Matthew Liberatore is 3-5 and allowed 6 runs and 8 hits with 2 walks in 5 1/3 innings. He's 0-2 with a 10.34 ERA in 4 starts in June. Groover hit a 2-run homer to left field for his first career home run. Marty followed with his 13th homer of the season to give the Diamondbacks a 3-0 lead. Ildemaro Vargas hit a 2-out, 2-run double to left field before the homers as the Diamondbacks batted around in the 4th inning and scored 5 of their 6 runs with 2 outs. Hitting coach Joe Mather served as the acting bench coach for Arizona, with Jeff Bannister away from the team for personal reasons. Diamondbacks right-hander Zach Gallen is 3-6 with a 6.1 ERA and will face Cardinals righty Michael McGreevy in the final game of the 4-game series on Thursday night. In scores from around the MLB yesterday, the Miami Marlins beat the Texas Rangers 4-2, while the Colorado Rockies took down the Boston Red Sox 8-6. The Los Angeles Angels beat the Baltimore Orioles 7-6, while the Tampa Bay Rays took down the Kansas City Royals 5-3. The New York Yankees beat the Detroit Tigers 4-2, while the Pittsburgh Pirates routed the Seattle Mariners 11-1. The Philadelphia Phillies beat the Washington
MR
Nationals
Systems Wireless is your
5-4,
local internet
while the
provider for
Houston
Clinton and
Astros took
surrounding
down the
area. They
Toronto
have the
Blue
products you
Jays
want and the local
3-1.
service you deserve.
The
MR
Milwaukee
Systems
Brewers
Wireless
beat the
internet
Cincinnati
service for
Reds
home or business
6-5,
includes
while the
unlimited
LA
data,
Dodgers
unlimited
took down the
streaming, and
Minnesota
unlimited
Twins
calling.
4-3.
Plans start at just $48
San
a
Diego
month. And get a
Padres
free
beat the
Roku
Atlanta
4 lease with
Braves
our media
5-2,
packages. Get the
and the San
speed you
Francisco
need
Giants
with
beat
MR
the
Systems
Athletics
Wireless. Call them at
2-1.
935-2100. That's
Grayson Graham
935-2100
took
for
over the
MR
Chicago
Systems
Bulls
Wireless.
when he was
Paul
hired
Scower
as
here, CEO
Executive
of Warner
Vice
Hospital.
President of
Spring
Basketball
allergies acting up?
Operations
At
in
Warner
May.
Hospital and Health Services,
At his
we offer
introductory
fast
news
treatment to help
conference,
you breathe
he
easier
referenced
and feel
the
better
acronym
fast.
SLAP:
Quality care
size,
right here,
length,
right now. Click on our
athleticism,
icon
and
on
physicality.
DeWittDailyNews.com.
Chicago selected Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain in the first round of Graham's first draft with his new team on Tuesday night. It was part of a busy stretch for the Bulls, who reportedly acquired Nick Claxton as part of a 3-team trade on Monday night.
And
Thiago Splitter was hired as coach last week.
Hubbard with this
The
local
Bulls
news
made
update.
2 trades in the second round of the
As the
draft on
city of
Wednesday night.
Monticello prepares for
They
its
took
upcoming
Braden
July
Smith at
3rd
number
celebration
38
next
and
week.
shipped the point guard
Local
to Indiana
authorities
for
are
Cam Jones,
encouraging the
a
community
6'4"
to be
guard who
aware
was
of
the
new
number
traffic
38
patterns
pick in the
as the
2025 draft.
celebration takes on
They
a
also
new
sent the
location.
number 56
On
pick
the
to the Los Angeles
WHOW
Lakers for
morning show,
cash.
Monticello
Chicago
Police Chief
finished
Rob
with a
Frost
31
told the
and
Heart Media
51
Group
record last
that a
season while
comprehensive
missing the
site
playoffs
update
for the
for
4th
the main
straight year.
festival will
Graham
be
has
used
described the
adjacent
Bulls
to
as being
Monticello
at the
Middle
ground
School.
floor, so the development
We'll
of
start with
Wilson
our
and Swain will be
festival
a
on
major
July 3rd,
factor
that
in the
Friday.
direction
So,
and
they are
timeline
being
for the
set off,
team's future.
They're right next to the
Get
middle
highlights of your local
the
high
middle
school
school is
program
nice
by
enough
finding
to,
IL Sportswire
let,
on your preferred
people
social
park
media
there.
platforms,
Now, there's only about
and get
100
local
spots
sports
there.
anytime
So that's
at
gonna be pretty
DeWittDailyNews.com.
limited parking there. The Methodist Church right across the street, they're allowing parking there for a small